Hi, welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thank you for swinging by and hanging out for this year's, I guess you call it this year's. Anyways, this is the forecast for 2023, possible outcomes for 2023, possible future forecast of 2023. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm just going to provide you with what my guides gave me, my spirit team gave me while I was meditating on some of the, just opening up and asking them to bring in under certain topics. And I wrote them all down so we can come back later and check. Of course, we're recording, but I'm not going to record every word. So I'm just going to kind of give you a nutshell of what I received in regards to some of these things. If you're new here, welcome. You found this channel because of predictions. I love it. I hope you stay and hang out and check out all the other videos and all the other opportunities that the Freebird Spirit channel offers. So welcome. And of course, hugging all my members. Thank you so much for making this channel happen. And looking forward to a new year with you all, and to all the subscribers. Blessings to you, and thank you so much for your continual love and support as well. So with no further ado, let's dive in to the possible future forecast of 2023. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in the first kind of like globally. When I checked in kind of a global look, and then they would hone me in on like a country or like that, or state or like that. Okay, so when I opened it up to my spirit team, looking into 2023 globally, and they honed me in on Hungary. So and what kind of came in there, it was very brief, but it came in, and interesting that they were highlighting Hungary. I don't know. Anyways, but they were talking about a possible receding from the Union, if they're looking at it, if it's coming up. And I don't have context for all this, so I'm just going to pass on to you what I got. But yeah, so if there's a possibility, that might be a possibility of what some shaking up there and possible receding from the UK Union. Is that a thing? Okay. All right. So the next place they honed me in on was Turkey, and looking at there feels some unrest, or it feels a little unsettled. It feels like some new oppression happening there, and also in connection, something connected with the US and Russia and sanctions and something like that. So there's going to be a little bit of that going on with them. I feel like, yeah, there's something with them all that happening. I don't know if they're getting on board with the US. I feel like there's something like maybe the heat is too much for them to put the sanctions up that the US is asking them to, or something like that. But something's going on with that in Turkey. Okay, so then flew around, and we're in China now. So they highlighted China. Okay. And so China came in, and it just feels to me, and again, entertainment purposes only, don't have any context for this. So I don't even know if they're looking for someone new or where this energy fits for them. But it feels like there's a new boy in town. He's showing his true color. If it's someone that's already there, he's going to start showing some new colors to him. If not, there might be someone new coming in. One where the other, it feels a shift there. It feels very power hungry, manipulative. They're very, very calculated and smart, scheming, conniving. I also, so whatever's happening there, I maybe it's always happening there, but it's going to be a little bit more visible, maybe. But anyways, that's what it feels like. I also see some internal revolts happening in China, and they're going to be very squashed very quickly. I feel, and it's very secretive. So I'm wondering if we'll get hints of it, but maybe not hear the whole truth. But so that's some internal things that might be happening behind the scenes there. In relation to the U.S., I heard without incident. So so maybe there's like they're, again, wherever this energy fits, but something like maybe there's a conflict that comes really close, but it is without incident. So nothing really comes up. It doesn't come to fruition or whatever, maybe right up to it or something like that. But it leaves the U.S. knowing that, and I think they already know, but like they can't close both their eyes. You know what I mean? They have to keep an eye on them, because in realization that this person wants to rule the world, like wants to be the world leader, or the world leader in something. But the plans, I feel like, come to light a little bit more. We have an idea, but I think it comes to light a little bit more clear. And this person literally wants to rule the world. Okay. Moving on from China. Okay, so they then took me into Australia. And they're not taking me to all the countries and all the states or anything like that. These are just randoms that they brought me into, highlighted for us. They brought in weather events there, some extreme weather events that will catch, our eyes or whatever, our attention. For them to bring it up means it's some extreme weather events there. There's also they also highlighted a possible primary school incident of some sort, so we can really put some love and light and prayers into that. So possible, unfortunately, and it's just super unfortunate, but maybe we get to know so we can start praying now. So something possible with a school incident like that. Some that we can be praying for, whether it's like a shooting or something. I'm not clear about that, but some incident. I'm also hearing for Australia that things that have been kind of hidden underground there will be coming to the surface, like exposed. For example, some hate groups will be exposed. So some of that's shifting and coming to the surface, so we can So it's better if it's not hidden. So if it's in the light of day, you can bring light to it, right? And take action. However, so I do feel some of that. So that's what they brought in with Australia. The next place they took me was Canada. So in Canada, immediately they brought in a financial relief coming in the kind of like in the form of like a wage increase for a group of people. So maybe if it's like the US, maybe something like the minimum wage, a minimum wage increase of some sort. I don't know. Again, I don't have the context, but wherever that energy fits, I do feel that some type of countrywide like cost of living or something is going to be increased, and it feels really good. It feels good. It also feels like something's been waiting for a long time for this, but it's here. It's going to pass. Another thing that's been in the works for a while, I feel that's going to come to fruition as well, is something to do with the infrastructure. And so they were showing me, and so they're showing me in my context, my words. So I would say a bill has been passed for this infrastructure plan that they have in place. So they're showing me these these plans and it being okayed and passed. So that is good. So good news on both fronts on that for Canada. Okay, so then we move into the US now. So now we're here in the US, and something they took me to Montgomery. And for me, Montgomery was immediately like Montgomery, Alabama. That's the only Montgomery I know of. And so I could be wrong with that, but I got the word Montgomery and some sort of showdown. And so, and what I mean by that is a possibility of I don't want to say militia. That seems like big, but some sort of encampment, or, and I could be completely wrong because I get things in metaphor. You guys know this, and so I'm looking at what they're trying to show me. But I do feel like they do put it to rest. Whatever this is happening in Montgomery, whether it's Alabama or somewhere else called Montgomery, I don't know. But they're going to squash it. And I do, it's like an encampment. It's like a belief system of something that these people are together, and I don't know if the FBI goes in or whatever, however that works, but they're able to put it to rest. Okay. Then the next thing they're giving me is which is unfortunate, but I get another school shooting. I know we have lots of school shootings, but this one will, similar to this last one, will be very felt in that I believe it's connected to a hate crime. Due to racial hate. Unfortunate. So we need to, again, we can be intentional about our prayers for these types of incidences that may occur this next year, but this one was brought to my attention. So we can be praying for that as well. Okay. Then I was taken to like probably, I heard the word Buffalo, New York. So, and then I got extreme weather events. So I think it's pretty well known that Buffalo gets extreme weather. However, I'm feeling both ends of it. So you get that lots of snow thing going on, but you're going to get like heat waves as well. So I feel these extremes that aren't natural. Like I know they get a lot of snow there, but I feel like it's there you have these events. Events is what they're highlighting here. So to be prepared, Buffalo, New York, for these possible events. So again, entertainment purposes only. All right. So then also in the weather, we can expect some hurricanes and also tornadoes. And two of the spots that were highlighted, of course, Florida, and then and for tornadoes, Alabama was highlighted. So I'm not familiar. I do know that there's some kind of is there a tornado alleyway or something? Anyway, I don't know the specific areas that these things normally would hit, and I don't know if it is normal, because I do know that we are getting weird weather in weird places, like where you not usually get that type of weather, you're getting that type of weather. So we're expecting that again next year. However, if they're highlighting something, that means it's going to be like a significant tornado, possibly in Alabama, and then you have the hurricane that possibly can hit, that will possibly hit Florida. I know we had one this year that was devastating. And I mean, that's not even a strong enough word for so the hurricane that hit that hit Florida. But I sense another one coming from that same direction that the one that hit this year that was so bad. Okay. Then we move into earthquakes, and so I possibly they're pinpointing earthquake in Mexico City, possibly. And I say possible because again, this is a possible forecast for 2023. Yeah. So looking at a possible earthquake in Mexico City, and then one in Ecuador as well. Looking at possibly November-ish for Mexico City, and then springish for Ecuador. And I'm not great at the timing of these things. But yeah, so that's what they're highlighting for that. I was just checking in to see if they had anything else to say about those two things. Okay, so also the volcanoes came in as well, so possibly Spain, and you may look for maybe March for a volcano in Spain. I didn't even know. I hate to say that, but I didn't even know if Spain has. I mean, I guess they have mountains. I guess they would have. I don't know. Anyway, geography is not my strong suit. Okay, don't judge. All right. Okay, so moving on from weather, we are moving, and all of a sudden I was brought into Parliament, of all things, and there's some shifting going on there in Parliament. I heard the word change of guards. Now, I don't have context, and I also don't have the verbiage of what any of this, how this energy could be placed in this structure of how any of it works. But I heard change of guards. I also heard the word new name on a ticket, so wherever that fits as well. But a big shift is coming. And with that, if this happens, if this does take place and it does follow through, because of course we have free will going on and all the other things going on, but this is a possibility for next year. Maybe we're looking towards the end of the year next year, but it's a possibility of a monarchy change as well. I heard the words King Charles to step down. So like someone was quoting they were reading a newspaper and it said King Charles to step down. So I don't know if this new shift they're going to be bringing in the next king person. You can tell I know a lot about this. To kind of as a compromise and to be able to move in with the new and making it how it's going to look for the future of the monarchy. I don't know. However, there is some kind of shift, and this is kind of some of the words that we're coming in with, so you can help me place the energy where it belongs, because I have no idea how it all works. But that's kind of what was coming in there. So you might look for that in October, November-ish. All right. Again, timing. Ugh. All right. So coming back to the United States, they started to talk about economy, our economy. So we may see some shifts. We may see like a swift drop, but not a drop where everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Wall Street just crashed. No, it's not like that. But economy we may take a dip, but it's gonna slowly come back up. Okay, it will come back up. I see a boop and then boop, like that. So I think by October we're looking good. Okay, so whenever that, so all right. So then next, I heard the words travel interrupted, and so I don't know if we're looking at a possible airline strike or something. That's possibility, maybe August, September-ish. Again, timing, I don't know. But maybe there's some kind of strike coming in here. I don't know. And I keep saying I don't know. I'm just passing on the information, and you can tell it's like interesting stuff coming in here. And I'm just like, wow, this is a little, because I kind of opened it up to what my guides wanted to highlight, and this is what was coming in. All right. Okay, so look, moving on. I'm like, okay, so people are going to want to know about how Biden's year is going to go in 2023. I didn't get any red flags or anything like that with him. I feel like he's going to have a pretty good year here. But what was highlighted was his daughter. And I'm like, oh, he has a daughter. Okay. But it's positive. It's a positive highlight here. It looks like she's going to be coming into the spotlight. It's positive. And I got the word reform. So I feel like she's going to be involved in something positive here, like human rights. It has a human rights feel to it. I'm not sure exactly where this fits for her, but something that she's helping and bringing in reform, positive reform with. So we might see that come into play. Okay, so that's all they highlighted with him. So that was interesting. I asked about Kamala, and so it came in the possibility of it looks like she may be more active this year. We might see a little bit more of her. It also, they highlighted a little bit of possibly her and her husband having some personal grief that they're dealing with, but didn't give me any more than that. And that, that's theirs, not ours. So, but we may see something play out that we may find out about, or something that we send her prayers and stuff like that. All right. So then I just asked so in general, so the rest of it we already know about, and you guys can come back on here. We talk about it every week, all the time, reading on 45 and his family will be checking in all the time with that, because we're going to see it lay out for them as this year they kind of really fall from grace, right? We're going to watch that play out, and you'll come on and we'll be reading about that. So no worries about that. The Supreme Court justices, there's going to be that shakeup and clean out. I do feel that's also going to be happening this in 2023. And you have those three. I feel like 3 new justices coming in, so I feel like 3 are leaving. I'm hoping they add one. Wouldn't that be nice? They should add a couple, but I don't know if that's going to happen this year. But I do sense the shaking up happening. There's a shakeup happening in the Supreme Court soon. Okay. And then as far as people losing their seats in the House and the Senate, that also is taking place in 2023. And I don't know how long this is going to take, but it may even extend, but you're going to start seeing that happen as well. I feel like people are going to be losing their seats. Highlighting the number 6 here, but I know people are getting all different numbers. I mean, we've read on this already in our channels, and but I was just checking in to see if the number has changed or whatever. But I'm not really getting a number. I keep hearing 6 though, but I'm not sure if I'm just saying that in my head. All right. So if I didn't get to one of your questions in regards to predictions for 2023, we come back to the live streams, or yeah, you can even just write it in the comments and I'll get to it. But we read all year long on predicting what's going to happen next, or what's happening in November, what's happening in like that. So keep coming back and join in on all of the readers shows and hearing about what's kind of being prepared for what's coming next. And so that's always helpful to be prepared and be able to pray and all the things we need to do. So I do love that. Okay. So as we move into 2023, we are moving from a year of the tiger from the Chinese calendar and so this is a big deal, moving from the year of the tiger, where it was all about strength and showing your muscles and exercising evil and braveness. And so you can see that masculine energy just really present, which is if it gets toxic, that's where it's harsh. But we're moving into the year of the rabbit. So that's beauty, that mercy, elegance, beauty. So you can feel the difference just in the description of what the year, the energy of the year is, right? So longevity, peace, prosperity, mercy, elegance and beauty and all that. So that's really nice, coming from quite a tough year, right? Combined with that, we're also moving into the universal year of a 7. And a 7 is a truth seeker. Isn't that nice? Wisdom, dignity, fulfillment, going inward for enlightenment. So very spiritual, and spiritual and personal growth and evolution. So we're going to see a lot of that take place. So that's nice too. So we're all coming, we're all in awakening. We're all We're always progressing, and all of us, human experience progressing. That's what we want for one another, so that we can look forward to some of that this year. So that's a beautiful number to be stepping into for the year. And my guides want us to just really remember to love one another and appreciate each other's story. We all have a story, right? And I know you hear this all the time. We all have a story. And we don't know, even if we know you, we don't know your full story, because we are not you. But we can honor and acknowledge that you have your own story that you're maneuvering through. And we can encourage you along your path in your story. We can encourage you to be the best you can be in your story. So let's do that. That's what they want us to do. They want us to encourage each other in each other's own story, our own beautiful story. They also want us to know that we are worthy, we are loved, we're wanted, and we're meant to be. So many things in this experience here on this planet tells us exact opposite of those things. But if you step into the acknowledging that you are magical and beautiful and meant to be, your story is meant to be, maybe that change within us will help us to then be in service to others and love others better. And I just feel that that's what my spirit team is bringing in for us as a collective here. So love and light to you as we move into 2023. And I am just hugging you all. And I'll see you next time on Freebird Spirit. All right, guys. Bye-bye for now.